Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the January 24th, 2022 Board of Condemnation and Blight meeting at Town Hall, second floor conference room. In attendance, myself, Phil Higgins, building official Sean Reed. Also in attendance from the public is Mr. Callahan, and I believe there's no public on the call, correct? Anyone from the public on the call?
No.
Okay. I would like to, at this time, make a motion to suspend the regular agenda, kind of go out of order so we can take Mr. Callahan's matter into consideration. Mr. Callahan is here for Blight Ordinance, Old Business, number 12225 Winnipogue Drive, correct?
Yep.
Okay, and sir, what would you like to add to the meeting?
Nothing really, I'm just seeing if I did everything to keep them happy.
Okay, from the last meeting to today, what have you actually taken care of?
A lot.
Okay. Anything in particular?
I had a bunch of tractor tires around I had to get rid of. Got rid of the waste oil I had in drums, put it in one drum, and bring it to my friend's garage. Got rid of the cap. Two lawnmowers left in the yard, all the shovels and the rakes I put away, and I put my 2 exercise machines on the back patio, got all those tractors, everything gone.
Okay. Well, we thank you very much, as obviously progress
It feels good for myself. It's just nice to not have to. My mother's 91, and I know it's coming sooner. You know it's going to come sooner or later.
Oh.
And it's getting expensive to clean up now. Tires were $5 a piece.
Okay.
The dump, it's not easy.
All right, so obviously you've made forward progress into where we were and where we are today.
Oh yeah, big.
I drove by the property today. I did an inspection not too long ago, and again, I thank you because I could definitely see and definitely, view the efforts that you've put into cleaning the front of the property.
I appreciate that.
The van in the driveway.
That's going this week.
That's going this week.
It's registered too. I sold it to somebody, and I just haven't been able to finish it because I've been trying to get this Blight done.
Okay.
It's registered and insured at least, so it's not uninsured.
Okay.
Or registered.
Sean, any comments in regards to this specific property?
So what is still left to do?
Nothing really. I don't think so. I just have a tent in the driveway.
A tent in the driveway?
That's the problem.
Okay.
If that was an issue or not. Because I could put it, behind the house, and then the driveway would be clean.
Okay, I did see the front. I saw the left side, which had previous machinery and lawnmowers.
Oh, yeah, I got rid of everything.
All that has gone.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seeing the forward progress and the amount of effort and work that Mr. Callahan has put into this, I would make a motion to remove number 225 Winnipogue Drive from our list of blight.
I will second that.
I really appreciate that.
Any comments?
No, I worked hard, and it's something how all the dog walkers, walk by it, and, it's just, everything's changing, the neighborhood's changing.
I will add additional comment if I may. Obviously, we've seen the progress.
Yeah.
We hope that the progress continues.
Oh, I'm going to continue. It's just that you haven't touched it in a year, throw it away.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
You mentioned the vehicle.
Yeah, that's going to leave this week. The guy called me I said, I'm going to my meeting right now. If we can get out of this meeting, I'll get it out of here.
Some other small little items, perhaps
we're going
to the garage.
Yep.
I don't, without knowing what's inside the tent, as long as the tent's not viewable.
Yeah.
Again,
I'm getting progress.
That would be my comment.
Are you still storing things in the tent?
Yeah, I got a couple scooters in there, a motorcycle.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay.
Because eventually I got to fix them and sell them. I just haven't had time with all the blight.
Yeah.
Plus the COVID I had. I've been injured. I had both my shoulders fixed, and it's just been a horrible 5-7 years.
Okay.
They did one wrong, and it was 3 years arguing to get the shoulder fixed right.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. My mother would be so happy. She's 91. And I was sick 7 days, and I'm going, don't be sick. And I didn't get that third shot.
Oh.
I was at a Christmas party, 3/4 of us got sick. And the ones that didn't get the third shot, we all got sick. It was like that flu one. Freezing cold for 4 days. But it's,
Go get the booster.
Okay.
yeah, I know.
Mr. Callahan, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your
All
time,
right,
sir.
Thank you very much.
Your location is no longer on our agenda.
Oh,
However, if we should receive a future complaint, we will get in touch with you.
yeah, my neighbors been telling me they've all been watching me.
All right. Now we'll go back to the
Saves
regular,
everybody, you know?
regular scheduled agenda.
All right,
if we
thank you
might.
very much. Have a good day.
Approval of minutes for December 20th, 2021.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I would like to, let's see here. I would like to approve the minutes, if I may. However, do we need to look at the agenda? Do we need to look at the agenda now, or is that part of the minutes? So I believe 114 James.
Right, 114 James.
Yep, 114 James, we made a motion to remove.
Remove, yes, which is in the minutes.
It's in the
right?
minutes,
It was
okay.
just on the agenda, so we
Okay.
don't have to discuss that
Okay.
today.
So I will second the motion for approval of minutes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay?
Any new communications?
No, not for me.
None from me.
None for me either.
All right. Number 4, condemnation, old business, number 292 Berkeley. I drove by there, I did an inspection. The shoring in the front of the house supporting the front porch, looks very nice to me. The main entryway, they did a good job shoring that up as well. The left side, or what we would consider the Bravo side, looks in line, no longer, bowing, we'll say, and you can honestly see, you can't see into the structure. So, I mean, if you, from a structural standpoint, have anything,
I think you've done a good job showing it up.
yeah, I would agree. So, in regards to condemnation, old business, do you see it fit to leave them on condemnation or remove from condemnation and possibly leave to Blight? I will make a motion for discussion. I'll make the motion that we remove 292 Berkeley Road from condemnation.
And keep it on Blight?
Well, I think we just need a second on that for discussion. My bad.
I'll second that.
Okay, discussion on the matter. So that was my question as well. Do we leave it on condemnation and move to Blight? Do we leave it on both? Seeing the forward progress of the structural stability, is there a concern in regards to condemnation?
I have a concern because you shored it up to keep it from falling down,
Mhm.
but who's to say it's gonna go, it might stop there and,
Okay.
no more forward progress, I don't know
All right.
yet. I would say leave it on and
Is there any forward progress from a building standpoint? Have we seen any plans or any permits or anything come before the building department for that particular property?
not that I'm aware of. If I had known, then I would,
Yeah. Okay,
I would say remove it, but.
all right, fair enough. So the motion was to remove 292 Berkeley from condemnation. I will call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
So you're removing from
I
condemnation?
thought we were leaving it.
No, the vote, yeah, the motion was to remove from condemnation.
I'd like to leave it.
So, okay, so then all those in favor? After discussion, I will also vote nay. So the motion fails, and we will keep the address on for condemnation. Condemnation, new business. I believe at this point, I would like to add a property to condemnation, and this is going to be for number 92 Grasmere Avenue. I believe in the past, This may or may not have been a property. Have to go back through the minutes, but I believe at this point, 92 Grasmere is continuing to deteriorate. The roof now has a much larger hole in it. There's definitely broken windows. The gutters are completely gone. The rear staircase is falling apart. Again, I believe this building is just something that we should really consider. And I believe we would need to have the property owner come back. I believe we have to send another letter to the property owner, and I believe it's within 10 days prior to a date of hearing.
Mhm.
And I'll make the motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second
Any further discussion?
it. No.
No? All those in favor?
Aye.
So if we could please take that action, that would be great.
Do you want to schedule a special meeting, or do you want to just add that to our next meeting, which is in 3 weeks?
So, let's see here, the language is,
Because we're a week later than normal because of the holiday.
right.
So our next meeting will be in about 3 weeks.
So the notice of the hearing shall be given to the board by posting it. Okay, that's not, let's see here. Let's see. Where is the language that says,
It's just the code.
yeah.
Thank you.
As long as we give the property owner enough time where he can come in, he or she can come in and hear this 10 days prior to such hearing. Okay, so a copy of such notice shall be sent by registered mail at least 10 days prior to the hearing to each owner and the last known address. So,
My question is more your schedule.
yeah,
like, do you want to do it at a regular next meeting or try and schedule something sooner?
I'd recommend the next regular meeting. I think that
Okay.
gives the property owner at least the 10 days,
Right.
and that gives us enough notice as well.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Andrew.
Good.
Any other new business, condemnation?
I have none.
No? Okay. Next order of business, blight ordinance, old business, number 15 Beacon View Drive.
So I drove by there today, took a look at the property and walked around. And, I saw no change whatsoever.
Either did I.
No forward progress, no attempts at all.
In fact, I would have to look at the blight notice was sent, okay, property has been secured and boarded up. Today, I would actually go on record to say the boards are removed and the building is actually not secured.
Correct.
The door is not locked, the door was open, so I think,
I can't tell if someone, illegally entered the premise,
Correct.
or if they went in to get something and forgot to resecure it.
correct.
It's hard to tell.
I was not touching it.
No,
You know, I saw it, and I said, okay, this is no longer secure. The owner is looking to obtain building permits in the new year side. Okay, the side door is unsecured. There you go. The property will carry forward. I
think today is the vote.
Yes.
They received it on December 22nd, was the signature.
okay. So this is just the determination vote?
The citation vote.
The citation
They got
vote.
the determination.
Determination, okay. Well, I will make the motion to move to fine.
I second.
Further discussion?
No.
No, hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, number 2, is same as, number 1, old business condemnation, which is 292 Berkeley. 292 Berkeley, property discussed under condemnation according to the old minutes. We've sent determination in regards to this as well, and,
He's been fined for quite a while.
okay, so we take no further action.
Oh, actually, no, Berkeley has not been fined, because they
Okay.
were moving forward. So that's when and they switched owners.
They did
So,
switch owners.
I don't know if we have to send a new letter to the new owner, since to stop progress,
To
or-
determine blight,
No, to see if
you know,
he was trying to determine if he was gonna knock the place down and rebuild.
right. But again, it's been on our agenda for some time.
Right.
The new owner, does the new owner need to receive a letter from our board, or is he already aware through purchase?
That I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a good question.
He's made forward progress in regards to the shoring up of the building. We have yet to see any plans beyond that. If there's not already, let's see here, property was discussed. In regards to blight, if there's not already a determination of blight,
So we have the determination, but because they did forward progress, we never voted to fine. But in that time frame, there's a new owner,
right?
so usually we send a new hearing notice to the new owner. That's the typical, I don't know.
I would say.
I would say that would be.
Okay.
However, I think we need to make the motion, unless that's an automatic process. If not, I will make the motion of determination, have the property owner in for a hearing.
A second?
Okay, any further discussion?
No.
No, hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. All right, number 3 on blight, old business is 92 Grasmere Avenue. We've already talked about 92 Grasmere Avenue. There's been absolutely no progress on the property. In fact, it's gone in the opposite direction with broken windows, broken siding, a very large hole in the roof. We've already made the determination to call for another meeting in regards to this property. I don't believe we need to make any motions as it's already being fined. I would like to have the property owner in next month for the additional hearing. Number 4, 166 Grasmere Avenue. This was a blight notice sent in regards to, I believe it was mostly the front stairs, the back of the building as well. There was a car also back there that is no longer there. The last month we mentioned that we should carry it forward. Sean, anything from your department? Because I know some of the concern was the stability of the back stairs.
Yeah. And when I drove by, late last week, it was still,
Yeah.
nothing had changed.
Nothing had changed. Nothing changed up front in regards to the second floor balcony.
Correct.
That's really what kind of concerned me more than anything, and I don't know if that was even part of the original complaint. But where do we stand there? It was just a...
That one, they received the letter. Well, the letter was sent, they didn't sign for it, but the regular mail was delivered, it wasn't returned. So they received it around the same time, December 22nd. So it's within the window to vote for citation.
These last two, are they multi-family properties, rental properties?
Also in attendance, just joined us is Economic Development Director, if you will, Mark Barnhart. Okay. So, I'll make the motion to move forward with fines.
Second?
Further discussion on the matter?
No.
I have nothing else, yeah. So, motion to move? Aye.
Aye.
Hearing 2. Motion passes.
Okay.
Number 5 on the agenda was 114 James Street, which last month, we made the motion to remove. So 114 has been removed. Number 6, 53 Marion Road. According to last month, blight notice was sent within 30 days. Property has a large dumpster on site, and the property would carry over. In regards to this month, compared to last, that was, did you go, Marion?
I did not make it to that one.
Oh, okay. You know what? Either did I, actually. So at this point, we'll just leave them on the agenda, and we'll carry that over till next month. I will also, for the record, mention that that property, I believe, has transferred ownership.
Again?
No? Has not?
I did make it to this one.
Okay.
I called, one of my guys. So they do have building permits.
Okay.
For this work. One of my guys issued a stop work order because they demoed more than, what was approved in the initial permit application.
Okay.
So the owner knows about this. There's no work happening right now. But he's supposed to be going through the approval process of getting new plans and new approvals for the additional demo.
Okay. When I said, when the structure has changed ownership, this was a while back.
Right.
Correct? Okay.
It was before the last hearing we
Yes.
had.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Okay.
I just wanted to go on record with the property change, and then with the forward progress with plans, that's a good thing. However, they did a little too much. Okay.
A little overzealous on that.
So, they are to come see the building department and,
To provide new plans to detail the
okay,
extra work, and get approvals from the other departments as well.
okay. From a blight standpoint, I can honestly say that, plans are underway, there is movement on the structure.
Yes.
I'd like to keep them on the agenda. I'd like to carry them forward to see actually what happens then within the next 30.
And postpone the vote for next month.
Yeah, I believe that's fair. Okay. Do I need to make a motion on that, or are we're just gonna leave them on? Okay. Number 7, 20 Morehouse Highway. According to the last month, it was discussed again from the previous month, from today. The property is currently being fined. I stopped. I attempted to speak with the property owner. There was no answer at the door, and I did not see any additional forward progress. So I don't believe there's any need to make a motion, as the property is currently already being fined, and we'll just keep that on the agenda as well. Number 8, 1180 Oldfield. 1180 Oldfield was also a property that has been transferred ownership. So looking forward, I think, the intent, obviously, I believe, is there to work on the property, to work on the structure. I think it would only be fair to the new property owners to keep that on the agenda prior to removing or taking additional action. So, Sean, carry it over?
I agree, yes.
Okay.
447 Stratfield Road. Again, I don't believe there's been anything regarding that property that I'm aware of. It's been on our list for a while. It's currently being fined $100 per day.
I'm not aware of that.
Yep, I think we just keep that one on the agenda with no update. Number 10, 280 Tuckahoe. Currently also being fined $100 per day. And this goes back to November of 2019.
So I walked around the property. There's been no change whatsoever. The building is secured. There's plywood around the rear door with the door laying on the side, but the windows are intact. The yard has a trailer in it. Looks like a homemade built retaining wall that's leaning.
The blocks?
The trim is still rotting. There's a hole near the chimney. But the structure itself is secure for anyone walking in.
Okay. Security is good. but no change to the structure?
No.
Still meets the definition of blight?
Yes.
Okay. Carries forward. Let's see here. Number 11, 146 Wheeler Park. Did we ever get any return from 146 Wheeler Park?
No, it was mailed around the same time, so it got there probably around the 22nd of December.
Okay.
I did not get the return postcard for that one.
Okay.
That is in Virginia. It's mailed to, is the person.
Okay.
A little further.
All right. Going by the minutes of last month, nothing has changed. So I'd make the recommendation that this also carries forward for another 30 days. I'd also like to add that 146 Wheeler Park, one of the items that we looked at was a vehicle parked in the front yard, which is not registered. So that's just one more item to add. All right, number 12, we've already moved on, 225 Winnepogue, so that's been removed. Anything else in regards to old business?
No.
Okay. Number 7, new business for Blight. Number 1 is 53 Beacon View.
So I visited the location, I saw no visible signs of blight.
As did I. Drove by, walked around 53 Beacon View. It did not see anything. And want to just double.
In fact, I thought I was at the wrong address.
Yeah, and as did I, and that's why I was going to ask, are we positive that the complaint was for number 53 Beacon View? Thank you. Okay, so, all right, this is infestation. The complaint mentions that they throw kitchen soaps next to the wall, and rats have been seen on the wall. They also have large bonfires for 3 to 6 hours where they burn materials and garbage.
More of a health department.
Excessive amounts of garbage and trash on the property. Now, it mentions in the backyard, where I did not see, but like Sean mentioned, I would think that, you know, some of this could be a health and some of this could be a fire department. You know, if they're having bonfires where they're burning materials and garbage, going back to what is regulated in the town when it comes to burning, the only thing that's really allowed to be burned is clean, dry wood. Nothing more than 3-foot area horizontally and vertical and away from buildings. So I would recommend that, you know, we look into this complaint and make sure that the complaint is in fact for blight more so than health, fire. If there is in fact garbage and, you know, being piled up, then okay. But I did not see that today.
I didn't know it either.
So we can have a health inspector check it and fire and then.
Okay. The next one is 114 Beaumont, which actually might have been old business.
It was on last month, but we had done an inspection,
Okay.
so it's new for an inspection.
I visited the property today. I didn't see any signs of blight.
Okay.
The trim could use, you know, to be painted, but there's no rot, the roof looks fine. No signs missing, the windows are missing.
Okay. Do you believe that it would meet the definition of blight, or?
I did not.
Okay. Would you
Not
like?
the prettiest house on the street, but I don't think it's Blight.
Okay. Would you make a motion to remove?
I'd like to make a motion to remove 114 Barnhart Street.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The third thing on new business in Blight was Handy and Harmon on Grasmere Avenue. I went out there today to do an inspection on the property. The entire property is more or less secured by fencing and gates. At the time that I was on the site, the actual property was being inspected. There was environmental consultation going on. I was able to meet with them. I walked the property and looked, and one of the buildings had numerous locks on it, and the area that they were working was on the other one. I did not see any, what I would consider to be blight. So, in order to be on the property, I believe it would have to be the building. The buildings were more or less concrete block buildings. Yes, did one have spray paint on it, but again, it was so far off the road that I do, at this time, do not believe that it would meet the definition of blight. I would make the motion to remove number 3, Handy and Harmon, Grasmere Avenue, from our agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor, or discussion?
No discussion.
No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
One thing that's not on the agenda, but we would need a vote on this, is I've invited Mr. Barnhart to join us to not go over anything that needs to be voted on, not any specific sites or properties, but more of an educational opportunity in regards to what his office or the town's economic development office has to offer some of the residents who might need assistance in regards to some of the blighted conditions that we are deemed to go out and inspect. In order to have Mr. Barnhart speak, I would like to make a motion to add him to the agenda.
I second.
Any further discussion on the motion?
No.
Okay, hearing none, I will approve.
Hi, Mark.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Hello.
So I probably should get on your mailing list, take a look at some of your the properties as it relates to commercial properties in particular. I may be helpful in terms of making a connection with the property owner to see if we can resolve any issues attendant to their the upkeep of their property. And then there was another property here that I think rang a bell. I believe it's actually a deed-restricted affordable housing unit, part of the duplex. So, again, if get on your mailing list, I'll take a look at it and see if there's anything we might have in our office. But to the point that you invited me here for, I just wanted, I know Sean's relatively new to the town, not that new anymore, but
I still feel it.
but I did want to make the board aware of the fact that we do have some programs that may be of use to some of the homeowners you may be working with, as well as other landlords. So we receive funding through the federal government under the Community Development Block Grant Program. We use some of those monies to provide assistance to income-eligible homeowners to make repairs around their house, and as well as more substantive improvements. The purpose of our rehab program is to maintain the quality of our housing stock, as well as make sure that those who have some limitations in terms of their income are able to, maintain the property and keep them affordable. So our handyman program basically provides up to 8 hours of free labor for very low income homeowners here in town. Now, they would have to pay for any materials needed, but we have a handyman or service under contract. We will then, upon receiving an application, make sure that they're eligible, but then have the service meet with them, make these minor repairs around the house. So that we have used in the past to deal with issues that would be potentially blight, where people may collect things in their yard, in their home. We've done, in concert with Public Works, clean out services under this program. So we arrange for a dumpster, service to go out there and help assist the homeowner in removing some garbage and other debris and other things that may be treasured but not so much valued by other people in the neighborhood, cleaning up the property. The bigger one is our rehab program, and we can provide up to 100% financial assistance in the form of it's secured by a lien against the property, so eventually the property owner would have to repay the principal only. There's no interest on it, but we can provide $15,000 to $20,000 in financing to do things like replace windows and roofs and doors and paint the house, side the house. So again, these may fall into an area where a property owner may have issues that come to the attention of this board. They may express a desire to take care of them, but they don't have the means to do that. This is a mechanism by which we can assist them in keeping up their property and hopefully resolving a blight complaint. We also have a companion program for our non-owner occupied rental properties. So again, we have provided assistance to landlords in the past. It's structured a little bit differently in that in exchange for the financial assistance, we would expect them to enter an agreement with us whereby 51% of the units would have to be deed restricted as an affordable rental for a period of time, depending on the amount of financing we provide to them. But again, we've done things like replacing roofs and windows and doors and exterior envelope improvements, but also replacing furnaces, hot water tanks, things of that nature. So we can also address energy efficiency issues, code compliance issues, in addition to blight, as well as other things to maintain the quality of the units themselves. So I do have some brochures which I can leave with you. You probably should have some available. The income eligibility guidelines change each year. So I can always make sure you have a supply. You may have people coming into your office, Sean, that are looking to do some improvements. Mm-hmm. So again, this is a mechanism by which we can help them.
Absolutely, thank you.
Go that much further. So happy to take any questions. But I know I've come here before and we've talked about it, but again, as I said to Phil, kind of you have your own stuff going on, out of sight, out of mind. So if I don't, something we do all the time, but I want to periodically mention it just in case you come across people who say, yeah, I wish I could take care of this, but I can't do it myself. I'm old, I'm handicapped, I don't have money in my bank account to hire somebody. We might be able to help.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
You guys just brought like 10, but
thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate it. Any questions? Anything else? Rehab, handyman, and the companions program, correct?
Yeah, I gave you both the rehab and the handyman for non-owner occupied property. If somebody's saying, I can't afford to do this,
Mm-hmm.
have them talk to us.
And this comes through your office?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can go through it. You don't have to get into like income eligibility. We'll walk them through it, see if they're eligible. We can talk to you and let you know if we're working with somebody.
Okay, that'd be
Okay.
helpful.
Yes, thank you very much.
That'd be huge. Right?
With the companion, is it the same process as the rehab? Is it?
Yeah, the landlord, it's a little different, but essentially, you know, again, we'll have a secured, lien on the property.
Okay.
It is, so that, the landlord program is structured as a declining balance loan. So if they satisfy the terms of their agreement with us, which is basically they're providing rental affordable housing with deed restriction in place, if they do that, let's say for a 10-year term, each year 1/10 of it, the amount that they borrow comes off. At the end of the 10 years, if they fully satisfy their part of the bargain, you know, it essentially converts to a grant. So it's a good program.
Yeah.
You know, we're always looking for other folks that might want to do that. It not only helps create more affordable rental units here in town, but also, again, to your point, addresses the quality of the housing stock here and tries to maintain it to a certain standard. So it can address things that maybe borderline blight or maybe actually qualifies as blight, depending on how people look at it.
Okay.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
sir,
thank
for
you, guys,
joining us.
appreciate it, anytime. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind adding me to the agenda, that way I can be
Absolutely.
mindful of some of these other projects that come up, and I can
Okay.
let you know if I see something.
Thank you, Mark.
Hearing no further business, is there any additional business before us today? Hearing none, motion to adjourn.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Time is now 2:54.